Could someone, this might be an interesting topic, because I'd love to get some feedback, because I recently did an overhaul of my server rules. Well, I call them the 10 pledges. You can find them in the, I think it should be in the welcome channel of my Discord. Maybe someone should pull those up and we can go through them and I can get feedback if you guys think anything needs to be changed, or we can have a discussion about the particular wording I used. So I thought it might be an interesting activity. Girls.
Just talking about girls.
I thought talking about girls is just saying the word girls repeatedly. The trans experience in a nutshell. the trans femme experience. Let's not paint a too broad a stroke.
I'm gonna put my my Twitch and Discord unified rules in chat.
Alright, let's go. No free speech. That's like... That is so interesting.
It's really good because it just gets rid of the right people.
Yeah, right? It's just like, if you take this too literally, you're already in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Like, I used to have a thing on my Twitter. I actually removed it recently. It used to say, content notice, SJW politics.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just get the right people out as soon as you can. But now I've got like have you seen my Twitter header?
No, I've not seen your Twitter header.
Look at my Twitter header. I can't get rid of it. It's too funny. And that's absolutely getting rid of the right kind of people.
Yeah.
Just no context for chat. It's just like, yeah.
It was funny when that account tried to debate it. I was just like, look, if you've got a problem with the rules, maybe this isn't the Twitch stream for you.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
I don't really need to explain this.
Yeah.
We don't like free speech around here.
Yeah. No Pepes. Yeah. What? Should we get into Pepe discourse?
Perhaps. Yeah, I don't like Pepe's. I just don't want to see him.
Yeah.
It's just a personal preference. I don't like Pepe.
And I know lots
not
of
on my channel. I know
lots of queer and left people that like use Pepe's and whatever. But
sure.
I don't really like it. I feel like it's become too tainted in my mind. It's just really hard for me to come back from that. I got 2 dashes now. Yo!
Hell yeah.
Green hair and pronouns. Now we're leveling up.
So I have heard
mention
tragic news.
Thank you so much, Jaxie. Oh, sorry, I'm speaking over you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm speaking over you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I just wanted to say thank you, Jaxie, for spending your once per 2 hour comment on explaining the rules.
Oh my god. What were you saying, Korea?
No worries. I was just going to announce that I've been talking this whole time, but like an idiot, my mic was muted.
Oh no!
No!
This happens to me too often.
That's so sad. Can I get an F in chat?
All my witty comments wasted.
No.
So if you're wondering why I was oddly quiet there for a while.
You're just feeling like, God, everyone in here is so rude. They're just cutting me off.
Was there anything in particular you remember saying that you would like to repeat?
Let's see. I don't think so. Nothing worth like re-litigating.
Fair enough. Alright, can someone post my rules in chat? Lobo, post my rules in chat. You're my mod. It's a bit long. I have a long one, because I'm very, very wordy. No, Lobo! I'm gonna unmod you for that. don't think you can fucking pull that shit just because you're a mod, okay? I will fucking destroy you. Yeah, no hate speech or bigotry. Be empathetic and mindful of others and how the language you use may affect them. No spam. Oh, yeah, so that's like part of it. Yeah, why don't we go through it in voice? If you could read it out for me, Triespia.
1. All hate speech and symbolism, bigotry, advocation, and platforming of those who advocate of such is forbidden. This includes, but is not limited to, racism, sexism, ableism, homophobia, aphobia, transphobia, pluralphobia, xenophobia, and violent nationalism.
Yeah, so I really wanted to be as explicit as possible when it comes to that, just to like idiot-proof it, but also just to like, I don't know, it's a little show of solidarity, right? You're clearly showing which groups are welcome in your community by spelling those things out. And there's probably some things I missed, and I'm definitely going to look at that again. But one thing I really wanted to put out there was plural phobia, because fucking there aren't many Discord servers that talk about plural people, and they're like a real, like, plural systems are a hugely underrepresented group in our society, to the point where no one talks about it. And if you don't know what that is not like not that I can understand if you don't know what that is. So plural is basically referring to people who experience multiple personalities in one body. And, this has gone by a number of, like, pathological definitions. Like, the big one that usually gets thrown around is dissociative identity disorder. But a lot of people don't identify with that. And, for many people, plurality is not something pathological. It's not like a disease. It's just a part of their experience. So, like, a lot of people prefer to use the word plural these days, or plural systems, they'll describe themselves as. And yeah, like, I have multiple friends that are plural systems.
Yeah, same.
And it doesn't get talked about a lot. I think a lot of people are very self-conscious about it, and so they don't like outing themselves very often. And that's totally understandable considering the climate of, people tend to get creeped out by that kind of thing. And we really need to, like, raise awareness of it and make people realize that there are a lot of people like this out there. And it's not as strange or fictional as it seems. Like, it's not just, like, fucking... it's like almost all the stories of characters like this in fiction are, serial killers. Like, that's the trope, right? Serial killer of multiple personalities. And it's so fucking harmful. But, like... you may not even realize you may have friends that, are plural systems and they just don't want to talk about it. So that's one thing I really want to raise attention to in my server. I even added Plural Kit, which is a Discord bot, which you can use if you're comfortable to identify your different personalities and give them different names in Discord so they have different avatars and shit. It's really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to include that as an option if anybody ever uses it. No one's used it yet, and that's totally fine. But yeah, plurality awareness is important, and I just wanted to bring that up real quickly because, yeah, fucking hell, it's a big deal. This isn't what the charity is about, but yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've got a handful of friends who are plural as well, and it's it's one of these things that has been kind of like, I guess it's like the left-handedness thing to an extent, where it's like medically it's kind of like, oh, there's such a vanishingly small number of people have, dissociative identity disorder, and like doctors are just like, well, it can't be that because, like only a few people have it in the whole world, and like I know 2 of them, that can't be real. It's like, well, perhaps it's so stigmatized that saying to a doctor I have multiple personalities, and like people react like you're an alien, like
it's insane. Like, it's incredibly pathologized as like a like something that let's not mince words, people call you crazy. It's like, it's not like, it's a lot more common than people realize. And I always think, like, when we talk about like identities and like persecuted identities, like, it kind of comes in phases. Like society tends to take a few generations to really embrace a certain identity as normal. You know, left-handedness was an early one. Then gay people, then trans people, more recently are kind of like the big focus of our generation. I feel like plural people are the next one. I think that's like the next big focus that's going to come out. That there's like probably millions and millions of plural systems out there that we just nobody's ever acknowledged until now. And because if I know like 3 or 4 of them or 5 of them, there's got to be a lot out there. Like, it can't be that uncommon.
Mystic Miss Magius 13 says, yeah, it's like statistics on autism up until
autism
very recently, and even today in a lot of places, autism was super stigmatized, and the amount of diagnosed autistic people per capita was very low. And like just generally with like you know, neurodivergence, like just adult women getting diagnosed for ADHD, very fucking difficult. You know, like if you don't get a diagnosis as a kid, it's so hard to get one later in life. And like the initial research in the 90s into ADHD was basically like, oh, it's something that boys get in primary school, you know? Like,
I mean,
so,
how much like well, no, you go on.
Oh, just like I've got a number of friends who are women who have ADHD, and yeah, like their signs of ADHD were just completely ignored for their whole lives because they weren't like gendered properly. Like there's so many like ways that just, you know.
Yeah, I did it.
Yes, you did it.
Yeah.
The way that like normal variation in humanity is pathologized just fucks everyone up so bad.
Thank you for the follow, Lexi Zone. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah. Pathologize, what do you call it? Pathologization. Is that a word?
Sure.
Let's a word now. Pathologization of neurodiversity is like such a huge fucking deal. That just normal variation gets put down as illness. Like that's fucking fascism at work right there. Holy shit.
It's the same with trans identities too. Like as far as I'm concerned, being trans is a normal variation of human sex development, right? Like some of us don't identify with you know, sexually, socially, with and often on a very like chemical level, like we can't fucking operate with the wrong hormones in our body, you know? Like and yeah, that is treated foremost as a pathology rather than just like actually at least 1 in 100 people experience this, you know? Like it's very, very standard and normal. I don't know. Well, it's the same with all these other kind of things, right? Like,
you know what else? It's like all this mental health is like built around the cis straight white male.
Yeah.
So if you are not that, you will be pathologized as something, and like being tried to treated. Oh, sorry. Like I don't mean to say like oh, you're a woman, we need to make you into a man. Not like that, but like because that would be trans and that's wrong. I'm sorry.
Deviation from the norm.
So what I'm trying to say is like if, for example, the example you gave of so many women being misdiagnosed because the mental health system is so geared towards men that it's just not equipped to think about women like they're normal. I don't know. It's like it's a lot to it, but there is huge problems in mental health with pathologization and how that's built around a very cis-het normative view. Cis-het white male normative view. Yeah.
I mean, the amount of men in mental health spaces isn't always that great.
It's not. Mental health sucks. Can we just...
Yeah.
I studied psychology. Mental health sucks.
As someone who experiences mental health,
that is true.
God, I wish I experienced
would not recommend
mental health.
would not recommend mental health.
I'm currently experiencing mental health, guys.
Wow. What's it like?
Scary.
Can't relate.
Anywho. And
So,
stuff like
okay.
that just sort of creates this really like pernicious school of thought where it creates a lot of this like fake outrageous moral panic where folks are like, what's with this uptick in like trans folks or all these autistic people? It must be like something endemic or like
In the
a
water.
result of in the water in society, when it's really just we are finally for the first time like catching cases. People are actually coming out because they can do so without like immediately getting ostracized from every social circle. We are just better at catching folks instead of just letting them exist on the fringes of society.
Yeah,
It's not that they're
exactly.
new or that there's more of them. It's just folks can actually like figure their shit out.
Have the information now so that they can develop the awareness and start communicating about these things so we get better as a society.
Exactly.
So it's a shame that social platforms are often geared towards negative engagement, which is toxic.
Yeah. Good discussion, guys.
Good
Proud of
discussion.
you.
Great work.
I gotta ask, is this a mini game or is this a full-on level
Yeah,
that
right.
we are
It's been going
playing
for
right
It's
now?
been going for a long time. It's like the whole level. Is this optional? Am I like just wasting my time on this?
Just playing some Celeste like an idiot when you can be playing Celeste.
Want to roll two?
Oh, my fingers are getting tired. I'm not gonna lie. How many hours have I got at this? Oh no.
We'll just play a game that you can rest through shortly. Maybe do some Fortune History or something. Just that far around. Rule 2. Participants must strive to be empathetic and mindful of other participants and their unique circumstances, cultural backgrounds, and feelings. This includes being mindful when posting potentially sensitive topics and to use spoiler tags where appropriate with content warnings given in brackets. This also includes being mindful of the language you use and how it might affect or cause harm to others. Everyone's feelings have value and should be considered.
What do you guys think of that?
I think it's good.
Any thoughts, Ultras?
Yeah, you're very thorough. Verbose. Yeah, verbose and thorough. There's no room for ambiguity, you know, and it like everything you're asking is very reasonable, you know.
Okay, sweet.
Like, and if
this is I'm waiting for someone to cancel me, so like.
Okay.
No. Now you've done it.
Like obviously, like I've got a much looser approach to this stuff, but perhaps I have a far smaller reach than you as well. So, but
look,
like,
I think part of my experience is I'm geared towards managing really large forums. So like,
yeah.
But that's part of it, and also. I'm just dramatic. I don't know. have you seen it? Have you seen the fucking 10 pledges? Like, it's all, like, fancy and glowy and shit.
It's a more wordy version of one of the 4 major rules we have for the school, which is just like keep your hands, feet, and hurtful comments to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Like, if I can get perspective, like, from a school perspective, that's awesome. So that's why I'm glad I have you on, Tricia. But yeah, did you have any other thoughts?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, I'm thinking. So you go.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think the way you've designed these rules, it's kind of going to, they're going to be fairly flexible. There'll be very few cases that are not like covered by the rules.
Yeah. And I have a rule for that. Just like mods will use their best discretion.
Yeah, totally.
It's good to have a rule like that, just to point to. It's like, yeah, we're free speech doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's just we do what we want here, and if we think you're acting in bad faith, we'll kick you out.
Yeah.
It's good to have a rule like that because you know what? Discord servers aren't countries. You know, they don't have to protect the rights of every single person who visits.
They're a private space.
They are private spaces, exactly. And that's okay.
Rule 3, which I actually think should be technically number 1, you must be 18 years old to participate in this Discord server.
Maybe it should be. The order is like something I've been tripping myself up about, so that is valuable feedback. Now, this is interesting, because I've had like conversations with people who perhaps don't agree with that. They think the server should be more lenient in like treating people on a basis of individual maturity, and I don't agree with that. I feel like for a Twitch channel, like perfectly fine if you are under the age of 18 to be here. If you feel you're mature enough to handle this content, I welcome you. But when it comes to like a personal community, you know, it can get really personal there. People can like really start sharing some stuff about their personal lives, and I want everyone to have the comfort of knowing that everybody there is over the age of 18. And so I don't know, maybe that's just paranoia me talking. It's not like we really post porn or anything. What do you guys think?
I think, like, as a younger person, or as a person who was a younger person at some point in time, I am 27. I'm above 18.
Mood.
But if you would have asked me when I was like on the internet when I was 12, I was like, oh yeah, I'm 12, but I'm like so mature for my age.
Yeah.
I was not mature for my age. I feel like I don't even think I was like perfectly mature when I was like 20. Like 20 is the same as being 12. But the point I'm trying to say is I think we are all like not very good judges of our own maturity until
That
we hit
is
a
so
certain
true.
age.
Yeah. And I don't fucking know. People could be flirting on my server, and I don't want to say that's not allowed. But like, yeah, I feel like just having that buffer there it's good for everyone to feel safe and comfortable, and it just leaves.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, I feel like it does, at least statistically, provide a little bit of a baseline for mental maturity in terms of the conversations we have and knowing people, you know. You're not going to have people that have really limited life experience jumping in on conversations. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a necessary thing to do. I made it to the summit of the minigame.
Yay!
Yeah.
334 deaths. Holy shit.
Mystic Mismagius 13 content warning, mentions of violence. There's also a bit of an evolutionary aspect to neurodivergence being on the rise, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. With things like autistic children being called changelings, gays being stoned, etc., there is an extreme amount of violence in the history of neurodivergent people. Nowadays, straight up killing someone for being gay or autistic or whatever is more frowned upon. So more neurodivergent people survive to reproduce.
Oh,
Whoa,
we have been
boy.
invaded.
Whoa.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. Can you please, there we go. Can you please, like, put back the piece of the stream you tore away? That's where Celeste is happening.
That's too scary.
I love my spooky raid thing. Welcome, everybody.
Cool.
We're just playing Celeste and chatting about all sorts of shit. It's been fun.
One thing I'd like to ask.
This is the first time chatter. How did you find the stream? Are you here from did you find it out on Twitter? Like, I'd love to know. Yeah, what were you saying, Korea?
Oh, I would just say.
Actually, no. Before you go, guys, what do? Do I quit the game now? Or like, am I done in this computer game? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you won.
I think is that it?
You won.
Do I quit?
You win.
Exit Pico 8?
Yeah.
Chat. I need a confirmation from chat. I don't want to know that I've missed anything. They'll probably miss a strawberry for knowing me. They were also playing Celeste. Oh, that's awesome. This is my first time playing Celeste. Nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Welcome.
Yes,
exit. All right. Thank you. All right, continue, Korea.
No worries. It was the most low impact thing. I was just going to ask, do we have any Final Fantasy X fans?
That is low impact. A complete pivot of
I
topic.
will be
Complete and total pivot of topic.
Okay, trash beer. Final Fantasy X, the one with Titus.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that got memed to death unfairly.
I don't mind it. It's far from my favorite.
I haven't played it personally, but
It's very worth playing. It's got an amazing battle system.
Yeah, I mean, it's turn-based, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
But it's a need turn-based system.
It's a really neat turn-based system. They've taken it's a really bold thing to do. Like your first game on PlayStation 2, after 3 real bangers on PS1, is to say actually fuck the active time battle system. We're going back to full turn-based, but
Right.
they do it in such a great and nuanced way. I just love it. I think it's fucking sick. Sophi.
Would you say
Please
it's based?
continue.
I would say it is based somewhat.
No, why'd you bring up Final Fantasy X?
I just wanted to talk about Blitzball, baby.
No, let's
Teach us
talk
how to
about
blitz.
It. Teach us how to blitz. So I don't know where I'm going anymore. This game is getting confusing.
So one of the cool things.
Go on.
Oh no, please continue. I don't mean to cut people off.
Oh, well, I was just going to talk about the under 18s topic.
Oh please, I completely swerved. I swear I was going somewhere with it, but also I don't want to
Look,
cut off a
let's,
train of
um,
conversation.
No,
that
well,
could've
perhaps-
flourished.
perhaps-
we can bookmark this. We'll come back to Final Fantasy X, right?
I can link the two topics.
We will talk about every Final Fantasy game by the end of this fundraiser.
If Sophi, your Discord server existed in Dreams Anakin, Titus could not join because he's only 17. So
Aw,
maybe you should ponder that.
that's true. That's I have to reflect on that.
Yeah,
but,
it is
like-
his story after all.
It's so not his fucking story. It's Yuna's story.
Really.
He's not even real. Sorry, I got strong feelings about Titus. But
Was that what you were gonna say?
no, what I was going to say is spaces for under 18s are fucking awesome. All ages spaces should exist more often, and I really like, for example, the community that I've got. I'm part of in the free enterprise community is very kind of PG. There's no swearing. There's none of that. You know, it's really just about
swearing.
the game. I love swearing. I love swearing. You know, as a unfortunately an Australian, yes, I I will have a stroke if I go more than 45 minutes without using a 4-letter word. But
Swearing is fun.
swearing is fun, but having
powerful.
having spaces for healthy spaces for kids to hang out. The first kind of ones that I ran into really were punk scene ones. You know, and particularly, dry, day shows, no alcohol, that kind of thing. It's really good, not just for kids to get involved in a community that kind of actually matters and can get people out of really bad places, you know?
Yeah. I mean, considering fucking the shit that trans kids are going through right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then as well, just and this is obviously much more of a consideration with IRL spaces, but people with substance issues and things, giving, all ages spaces provide a place for everyone to hang out, which is not geared around getting drunk and getting stoned kind of thing, which is really, really, really valuable. But then again, my stream themselves, I don't have a hard line on them. I have the content warning thing. If you're your first time visiting my channel, it's this is adult content kind of thing. And if you click through, then you know that, and I let people into my Discord server on a 1-by-1 basis. I have to kind of know who they are before I let them in, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I can grip walls. I keep forgetting that.
you can totally grip walls, babe.
We need a fucking chat bot that just says every 10 minutes, don't forget you can grip walls, Sophie.
Mystic Miss Magius says, the reason I don't like hardline age restrictions for Discord servers is because it's not like a magical switch is flipped on midnight the day of your 18th birthday that makes you mentally an adult.
Yeah.
Also, if you're in my server, assume you're a functional adult or a teenager and can conduct yourself in a functional manner. That's all there is to it, IMO. Also, never miss a beat. Wish I could stay, but it's pretty late here, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of the stream. Heck yeah, trans rights. Also, I love this song so much. Lena Raine smashed it with his soundtrack, and you have to talk to Oshiro again to progress.
Oh, thank you very much, Devon Mr. B. I should have read that earlier. Where's Oshiro? Yeah, thank you for joining the stream, and yeah, hopefully we can see you again another time.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah, we need to keep on top of the chat messages, don't we?
Yeah, I'm torn on the hard 18 a little bit. I do agree that it should be like, the content here assumes that the person is above 18, but since you're not going into things that are sexually explicit, that it doesn't need to be so strict.
Perhaps. But yeah, it's like, I don't want people to feel like they can't talk about sexuality, because like, yeah, it's tough.
Because you've also got that kids that may be finding you, or like teenagers that may be finding you, could be dealing with having the sort of be needing that space where they can engage with older people about
So Ultros, did you say your server was open to people under the age of 18?
I guess so.
Never really thought about it.
No, I assume most people are adults. I don't really do anything super sexually explicit in there.
Yeah.
And that would be where I'd worry, is just like in terms of like safety, you know, like is there shit that people shouldn't be exposed to? But for the most part, it's video games and kung fu movies and shit. So you know,
if you make it like engage at your own risk, we assume you're going to be 18 is a space for over 18-year-olds, but we acknowledge that there's like people in the community that may be under 18, so keep it relatively appropriate.
Yeah.
But like, what
I've got friends in the server that are like, well, I'm like a succubus VTuber, and like I feel like I mean, go off, but I do wonder if that if making it not 18 plus would like make people like that feel like uncomfortable. I don't know, like there's lots of things to consider.
You've got like 50 people in your server. Like, I'm probably not the person to ask. I've got about 20 now. That's interesting. I thought there was much.
We're slowly growing.
Yeah.
And if you ask me what the server is for, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
we're just chill people, vibe, and have vaguely similar interests in video games and politics and anime and shit. So people can come and go as they please, and a lot of people have found that they really like the community, so yeah, that's nice. But yeah, maybe I'll have to think about this a bit more.
Lobo,
I want to get lots of different perspectives on. Yeah, go on, read what Lobo said.
Lobo says, my stance is people can be shitty regardless of age, and honestly, most teens in this age are more likely to be progressive than adults above 30, so maybe we should ban 50-plus-year-olds instead. Boomer ban.
No boomers! You must be under the age of 50 to participate in this.
I think a healthy bit of ageism could go a long way, I think is what we're saying.
Oh no.
Nice strawberry, babe. Great job.
Thank you.
Strawberry.
We'll move on to number 4 then. Yes, sexually explicit content is forbidden. Sexuality and sex both are worth being celebrated, but this isn't a space for pornography.
Yeah, that's pretty much directly addressing that. No pornography in my server. But you know what? If you're a sex worker, if you like make a living off sex, if you just really like girls, doing things with girls, fucking go off. Like, yeah. I really like, I'll be honest, when I was a teenager, I was puritanical as fuck. And eventually I realized how stupid that was. And so I try to be a lot more sex positive these days. But yeah, I do want to draw a line there. I don't think my server is the place for explicit sexual content. But if you make like a joke about maybe like a sexual joke, I'd probably consider that fine. And that's where like I think that maybe the no 18 plus rule is probably pulling its weight. But yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to think about.
I think for me, this is not put explicitly anywhere, but I think my server is smut friendly, but not porn friendly.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's a fuzzy line.
It's a fuzzy line.
Tasteful nudes.
Tasteful
Or-
nudes.
Or like art where the character isn't drawn specifically clothed because it's like a reference thing.
Yeah, okay. Because like, I remember like I used to have a Discord and some person, maybe it was on the forum.
Some girls. Phoebe.
You can express the natural form without being sexually explicit. Like,
Because I remember some person had like an avatar of like a girl with an anime girl with cum on their face. Can I say that on Twitch? Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Demonetized. Bam.
But yeah, like, and I had to tell them like, you're gonna have to change your avatar, buddy. And like, no, it's not. It's cream on their face. And I'm like, bro. Fucking bro. Like, and we just had, I think we banned them, like, just because they were so obviously trying to skirt the line.
we all piss up on that as well at work when they try and swap out other words for swears and things like. We know what you're saying. You know what we like say. You're clearly trying to skirt the line. It's not the word itself that's the problem. It's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Fine.
You sound like a really good teacher. I'd love to have you as a teacher.
I'm not a teacher, just classroom support, but yeah, I get what you're
You'd
saying.
make a good teacher.
I'm terrible at explaining things in the way they need.
Fair enough, fair enough. You're gonna say exactly, yeah. Like, mate, please.
Mystic Miss Magius. It's sad, Discord added a new feature that allows you to change your avatar on a server-by-server basis, but they didn't let moderators change other people's avatars on the server. That would have been so useful. Yeah, that would have been handy.
But like, you can change moderators can change nicknames.
Yes, which has been a great source of gentle bullying in my server.
Even if it's not like able to change to a custom, having like a default server avatar that you can force some people would be. It's like a neutral avatar, read out something. Yeah, you can post. I'd say you can do like smut, be sexualized, not so much sex. You can have nudity and things without it being sexualized. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
As long as it's like tastefully, respectfully, and not like straight up porn.
Yeah, I need to think about that because I have friends Discord servers where they'll have like people posting nude selfies and like they do it because they want to like be told that they're attractive. They feel confident in their appearance, and you know, especially when it comes to like trans people, like you've really got to support that shit because it's so important that we encourage each other and uplift each other. So I do think there's definitely a space for that kind of thing. But I haven't really thought about whether or not my server's the place for that or not. I don't know.
Like a few servers I'm in have like a not safe for work channel, and people post their sexy pictures in there, and some of them are pretty full on. And like, it's not something I'd want to set up in my channel. I'm not really interested. Like, you know, I think shit could happen if like. Well, you know, the main thing I'm just kind of a little bit afraid of is like people's nudes getting leaked. I think would be the main thing I would not want to happen in my server.
That anything posted here is assumed that it's going to be up to the public. And
Yeah.
So maybe like an enroll thing that they have to acknowledge before they can participate.
I just wouldn't want it like to be like, oh fuck, I let the wrong person into my Discord server, and they ruin someone's life and dox them, and like,
you know what? Yeah, that's definitely cemented my position on this. Yeah, and I don't want to tell people that they shouldn't be proud of their bodies. That's not the message I want to give at all. But it's just you gotta be careful with this shit.
Yeah, there are spaces for that, and this isn't necessarily it.
Yeah.
Number 5.
So let's continue. Yeah.
Trolling, harassment, and spam of any kind is forbidden.
This is the basic one. So spam is obviously a very specific word. It's usually referred to like, bots and that kind of thing. Or just like repeatedly spamming the same message over and over to get attention. Like, it's not on. Trolling is like very vague. And for once I put something very vague in my my list, but
maybe you could tweak that to malicious trolling, because we do a bit of casual trolling on each other
we do.
all the time.
God.
So
I hate that it's a Trump quote, because I love that quote, but it's a Trump quote, so I'm not allowed to say it. Does anyone have any strong opinions on that?
I'm not really familiar with the said quote.
We do a little bit of trolling. It's
Oh,
a Trump
right,
quote.
yeah. Okay.
But it sounds so cheeky and funny. Like, I hate it. I hate that came from Trump.
The man knew what he was doing. He's pretty good at all. He's a poster. The first poster president.
He's definitely a poster. Yeah, he was the one that said, I think a lot of people don't know that. When I found out, I was like, man.
You had the strawberry, and you lost the strawberry. You know you can hang onto the wall.
I can hang onto the wall. Thank you. this isn't a bit. I legitimately
Like, just in
I'm
case.
actively making the game harder for myself constantly. Let's go. Let's go. Yes.
Yay!
It's that easy.
Robbie,
folks.
yeah.
It's that easy.
Hit it, M.
Let's get strawberries in chat.
I swear I'm not doing a challenge, bro.
number 6, which I think should be lower in the list. Avoid spoiling stories for people. Spoilers on Discord must be spoiler tagged with adequate context provided in brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you've got more important ones lower that need to be brought up, but
Well, yeah, I kind of put that one. It's like a sandwich approach, right? Put the important ones at the start and end, and that one's right, kind of right in the middle. It's not super important, and to be honest, I don't even enforce it that much. It's just that's definitely the most filler of the rules, but it's a nice thing to bring up. Just don't ruin stories for people if you can avoid it. But yeah, it's pretty simple.
Next one is 7. Healthy competition in games is wonderful, but in the real world, cooperation
Yes, this one.
always take precedence over competition. We are not here to stomp each other under the foot. Take pride in your efforts and content, but also want to uplift each other and support each other's efforts.
You stumbled on that one a bit. Can we get that posted in chat so just in case people missed it?
Healthy competition in games is wonderful, but in the real world, cooperation must always take precedence over competition. We are not here to stomp each other underfoot. Take pride in your efforts and content, but work also to uplift each other and support others' efforts.
Yes. So this was a rule that I pledged. There was kind of filler in the beginning, and I did a bit of workshopping on it because I thought, well, this one isn't that important. It was originally just like support each other's efforts was basically what it said, and I'm like, this is actually maybe the most important rule of them all. Competition fucking sucks, guys. Like, real talk. I think it's wonderful to have a sense of competition in games. I think the kind of like passion that can come out of people, having healthy competition is fucking awesome. It's like, it can really like be a huge force of culture and joy, and yeah, we are gamers here.
Are we?
We do a bit of gaming, but like gamer non-derogatory. But
There's a shiny down there. There's a shiny.
Competition fucking sucks in real life. Like, I feel like from a very young age we're taught to compete to survive. Like, you just look no further than the education system of most parts of the world. It's just, yeah, like, be better than the competition, rise up, step on anybody you need to succeed. Fuck that shit. We're not fucking Elon Musk. We are ordinary people just trying to get by. We need to work together. We need to celebrate cooperation more than anything else. And
Hell yeah.
this is something that a lot of people, especially in, you know, the Western society, the imperial core, really are indoctrinated into believing it's everyone for themselves. Everyone's, you know, out to get you, and it's survival of the fittest, yes. And the only way to thrive is to exploit. And all of this is complete bullshit. And we need to wake up from that. We need to realize that cooperating is how we actually get change happening in society. How we, you know, actually... How we live, basically. We can't fucking live by existing on our own and just, like, stepping on everybody else. That's a fucking horrible life. Like, sure, maybe that's how you become a billionaire, but being a billionaire is, like, the worst fucking shit. Do you really want to be... Like, it's fucking evil.
It is fucking evil.
The process of becoming rich and successful is literally just abandoning all your integrity and morals and exploiting the hard work of others. And yeah, it's disgusting. Billionaires should not exist. Let me say that on record.
Lobo says, okay, Sophie, you're going to love Uma Musume Season 2.
Lobo, what? Are you saying Uma Musume, the anime about horses, but they're actually real girls and also idols, and they run on the racetrack on 2 feet, is actually about communism?
This is like a core aspect of Season 2, so yes, I guess is the definitive answer there. Also, yeah, in terms of yeah, a big old yes, and some other comment that I can't quite read, but I'm sure it's but yeah, also a media recommendation on my part. If people don't listen to the Seriously Wrong podcast, check out Seriously Wrong. It is a utopian leftist comedy podcast. They're the two sweetest boys in the world. It's like SRSLY because they started it when that was the way you spelt seriously. And they regret that now. But seriously. Yeah. They've got like their fundamental kind of like political thesis is the idea of library socialism, where like with a new system of property relations based on usufruct, which is basically like at the moment we have like abusus property relations is like the term for it, where like when you own something you can do anything with it, including destroy it. Their proposal is that we move to a model that's more like the library, where anyone can borrow a book from the library. You can do whatever you want with that book, as long as you don't stop anyone else from borrowing that book. You know, so you don't have the right to destroy that book or like permanently hoard it for yourself. If someone else wants it, then you've got to hand it over. You know. And that's kind of like what they want to do with all the things in life, you know, which is really nice.
Imagine if you could have access to any tool you wanted anytime, just because they're everywhere and people share them when they need them. And so really nice ideas, but like so much of it is about the idea of like, well, overproduction is absolutely wild. Like, why does every person in the world need their own leaf blower? You know, not everyone's blowing their leaves every day. You know, why does everyone in the world need camping gear? You know, why can't we just share the camping gear in our neighborhood? You know, like ideas like this. Like, we are all so much bigger when we share. You know, and that's the only reason why we got here in the first place. And it's actually like one of the major driving developments of our species is the fact that we figured out how to share our shit. Like
the whole process.
Capitalism is a regression. Like
capitalism is a fucking death cult. Like
yeah.
So that ties into the World Economic Forum's thing of you'll own nothing and be happy.
That's right,
That's
Alex.
Isn't it great? Like, I feel like NFTs are like the final form of capitalism, because you're literally buying nothing and paying everything. Like,
it's already starting to pop.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Oh my god, that's some good news in this fucking hellscape. No, but like there is.
Someone brought
Yeah.
one for 200 something thousand and they sold it for 40.
Oh my god. Yeah, but yeah, like absolutely. And you know, oh no, is this stream actually just communist propaganda?
Yeah.
Always has.
Yeah, it always has been. But seriously, like it's such. I want to really stress that communism isn't this weird thing. It's like basic human behavior, and it's capitalism that's really brainwashed us into thinking that's abnormal. Like,
We have a
need to-
first time chat from Artie FedEx who says, "Hey
Oh my
Sophie."
god, what the hell?
Oh.
That's your first time chat? Artie FedEx, Tomo, welcome. They're like one of my best friends, Trans Boy. Hello.
Oh yeah.
If you want to join the voice call, you should. Is anyone in the waiting room right now?
Oh, we should
no
check.
one in the waiting room.
No.
Nope.
If you
Which
want
is
to join the
good.
voice call, just hop in the waiting room and we'll be happy to have you on. But yeah, just... And that's what I really realized when I was workshopping my pledges. Like, wait, this is just telling people to help each other. And like, that's such a good thing. And like, I really make the point in that pledge. I don't know if it's in that pledge or the next one, but basically, we need to work on this stuff both in this community and the wider world. That's the pledge. And I think that's, you know, a good sentiment to bring people into this community with. If people don't agree with that, then obviously they don't belong here. You know, it's almost like having such a long list of rules is almost like a litmus test to
Yeah.
weed out the shitheads. Yeah, so yeah, I actually thought about that. So you know what? Competition sucks, cooperation is base, and it turns out people actually do like supporting each other when they are, you know, able to do so, when they realize that it's not going to harm them to help others. People are more inclined to want to help others, and you know, fucking, if we all help each other, then the world will feel a lot less atomized, we'll feel a lot less alone, and we'll get a lot of shit done.
Hell yes, Sophie.
So yeah, that's my soapboxing on that.
Oh, you almost got through. I hyped you too early.
No, I was so close. So what's the next pledge?
Next pledge. Let me jump back to that server.
Go.
Participants must work towards creating an environment where all LGBTQIA+ folk, all racial minorities, and all neurodivergent peoples can be comfortable, have fun, and thrive, both within Sophologia's game board and the broader world. We must cultivate a more compassionate, loving, and fun world for everyone, and that starts here.
Yes. And that's kind of bringing everything together, right? I don't know if I was too specific about the minorities thing, but I do think it's really important to put the voices, really put a focus on the voices of minorities, because they're the ones that often don't have voices. And that's something I really believe in.
I think that should probably be number 9 as a wrap-up, and then you put 9 being the moderators have the right to reserve their discretion
Yeah.
as number 8. Just flip those two around.
You think so?
Yes, I think the
So close, so close.
I think the working towards creating an environment one is a nice sort of like end cap before the have fun, let's play together. So having
It is,
the
it
moderate
is.
just slightly above that as a alright, we're bringing it back to serious and then go have fun.
Yeah. And you
I
know
like
what?
it.
Having fun is the rule. You gotta have fun at my server.
Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't fucking around. Like, if our goal is to create an environment where people can have fun and thrive and be joyful, and that's really what all of our endeavors should be towards. If we lose sight of that, I feel like we're losing sight of something really important. And fun means, you know, all of your... if we're talking about the broader world, having fun means your basic needs are met. You are, you know, able to live comfortably and authentically as yourself, and able to enjoy your life. Really, fun is fucking important, and we shouldn't be discrediting it as just a childish thing.
Nope. You like what you like. Don't be ashamed of it.
It's our lifeblood, you know? It's our raison d'etre.
So it cannot be said enough. Like, if you're not having fun with the things you do your hobby.
Yeah.
Like for whatever reason, you shouldn't be doing it. Like you should
Exactly.
just be like doing
What's
a
the
hobby
point?
out of obligation.
Yeah.
The point is the fun of it.
Unless it's to make money, in which
Well,
case
yeah,
I can.
then it's
I
your.
can,
Then it's your
I mean,
life.
like, we live in a society, you know, it shouldn't be, but we live in a
Really?
society, and
Fuck.
people people need to survive, and sometimes that involves doing work you don't want to do, and that
For sure.
is totally understandable. But if
I
we're
just meant-
talking about, yeah, like you said, like your hobbies, right? So
Exactly.
your hobby shouldn't be something that's not fun. I 100% agree with that.
So we have to do
Especially if
so
you're doing
much
work
shit.
that's not
We,
fun.
yeah.
You
So much
need
shit
to
we have to do just to live.
But fun should be the end goal, is what I'm saying. Even
So
if it
that-
takes some shit to get there.
It's not enough to survive. You have to be able to thrive.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. No,
Yeah.
it's so close. If I remembered the cling, I would have got that.
We've come full circle.